With Konductor, menus can be managed independently if your designer has designed your site in this way. The benefit to this is, say you have a really large site with 50 pages on it. If on every page you have a menu that links to every other page, then if you want to create a new page, you have to go back into all of those other 50 pages and manually add the new link. And that's really tedious. So managing menus independently allows you to create the menu set once, externally, and then just apply that menu on any page you want. Then if you want to update it or change it, you update it externally, and anywhere that menu is applied, it will then update automatically on the page itself. So let's go ahead and create a new menu set here. We'll go to Add, and then we'll just give this menu set a name. Let's call it Testing Menu. We'll go down here to Add, and you can now see we have a whole new set created, so we can begin adding menu items to it and then associating this menu with different pages on our site. To add a link to a page within your site, click on the menu that you want to add this link to in either the canvas or here in the sidebar, and then go up to Page Link at the top. From the window that then appears, you're going to want to select the page to link to. You can either search for it or scroll through the thumbnails and select it. You can also change the link's name, meaning the text that appears within the menu. By default, it's going to display the title of the page, but if you want to change it, just change the link name field. You can also change the link's target, meaning if the link opens in a new window or in the current window when someone clicks on it. To make it a little bit easier for you to create links to internal pages, you can also drag and drop pages into a menu to create the links to them. To do so, go to either all pages or one of your groups, and then just select the page or multiple pages that you want, then drag them and drop them into the menu you want the links to be in. You can now see we have the designer page here under our testing menu. This will make it a lot quicker for you to add internal links to your menus. By default, the text that will appear within a menu's link will be the name of the page. In this case, the Exchange page has a link called Exchange. If you want to change it, click on the menu item that you want to adjust, and then in the Page Properties panel at the bottom, you'll notice the link name. This is the text that shows up in the menu, and right below it you can also select a different page for it to link to. In this case, we want to change the text, so let's adjust the link name here. We'll go from Exchange to Exchanging. We'll then hit Apply, and you can now see the menu text is changed from Exchange to Exchanging, but the page it's linking to stays the same. Say you wanted to group a bunch of links together within a menu, meaning they would be stacked on top of each other, or depending on how your designer designed your menu, they could drop down in a little list. To do this, we would use a label. So let's go up here and create a label called Other. Now, to add menu items to this label, all we need to do is drag and drop, just like we did with the rest of our menu. So we can go into all pages or one of our groups again, and just select the pages we want to be within this label. In this case, let's choose the privacy policy and the tutorial pages. Now, holding down Command, I can select both, and then I simply drop them into my other label here on the sidebar. You can now see under this label, there's our two links. And you can also see how this other label is associated alongside all of the other menu items in our testing menu. The relationship between links underneath a label and the label itself is referred to as a parent-child relationship. And this means the label would be the parent and anything under the label would be its children. In this case, we can also manually add children to this parent label. To do so, it's just as we would adding menu items to the main menu, but in this case, we would select the label itself first and then go up here to Page Link. From the window that then opens, we'll want to select the thumbnail that we want to add underneath this label. We could also search for it or view it in the list view, and then we want to make sure we click Add as a submenu. If we don't do that, it will just add it as another menu item under our main menu, not as a child of the parent label. We then click Add, and you can now see that it's added this press page as a child underneath the other label that's contained within our main testing menu. Keep in mind as well that any menu item can be a parent, not just labels. To do so, simply click on the menu item you want, just as you did with the label, and make sure you toggle Add as a submenu. It'll then apply it just as it would underneath a label. Another option you have is to link to an asset. So this would be anything within your assets group down here. It could be a document, an image, a movie, anything you've uploaded to your Konductor site. Let's say we wanted to use this image here of a Konductor desktop. All I would do then is go into the menu I wanted to add it to, our testing menu, go up to Asset Link, and then from the list of thumbnails or by searching for it, I'll then select this Konductor desktop.png file and choose the target. In this case, let's go with opening it in a new window, and then I go down to Add. It will now add this menu item to our testing menu, but we notice here at the bottom that the link name is Konductor desktop.png, so that's what the text will say. Let's change it to Konductor desktop so it looks a little better within the menu, and then apply that change. And that's all you need to do to link to an asset. To add a menu item that will trigger the composition of an email by the person who selects it, go up here and click on Email Link, and then in the first field, enter the text that will appear within the menu. In email address, enter the address that this email will get sent to, and under subject line, you can enter a subject line for the email that will be sent to the address above it. Click Add. Now when somebody selects this menu item, it'll open up a brand new email within their email client that will email to the address that you've entered with the subject line you've entered as well. Just as a reminder, if you want to change where a menu link opens, you can do so down here with Target. This Target option appears on pretty much every menu item type, except for an email link. Now to change the target, go down here and just toggle between current window and new window. Usually it'll be current window, so you can leave it on that, and then when the menu link is selected, it'll open in the current window as opposed to a new window. If you want to arrange the order that these menu items appear in, it's really easy to do so. Let's say we wanted this Get Info item to be to the left of the Other label. All I would do is click on the Get Info item and then simply drag it and drop it to the left of the Other label. And again, say I wanted to move this Konductor demo link to the right of the Google link. All I would do is click it, drag it, and drop it to the right, and it's now saved. This applies immediately across all the pages this menu is on. And don't forget that you can also drag anywhere that the menu items are located, so within the sidebar or the canvas or even between them.